Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bob DeMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. Some very interesting questions. I always like very interesting questions. What does this mean in terms of digestion? I have a recurrent spot on the bottom of my right foot about the size of the slice of a lime, which I thought that was kind of an interesting size, in the reflex area of the gallbladder. On to say that this person had waterborne hepatitis in their 20s and they're now 65. So congratulations that you went almost 40 years. You want us to know what to do. Well, we know from my experience this hepatitis could be quite serious. I would love to see what your liver looks like on an AP lumbar x-ray using digital radiographic films or technology. You may consider the castor oil pack. I'm just suggesting that. But silymarin or milk thistle would be my choice. But chiropractically, I see so many spinal subluxations at L1 and L2, which I know people from around the world, this might be news to you, but you could go to Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Balancing Female Hormones, Chapter 10. We talk about that, and I'll be releasing a book this year about preventing surgery. We talk about this whole liver gallbladder mechanism. So, silymarin, milk thistle, castor oil pack. Now, somebody had a very other question. I don't know, Dr. Bob, I didn't find the subject on their website, and does that mean you don't believe in it? Well, let me tell you what. There are like 82 trillion possibilities for me to have on my website, so just because I don't have anything on my website doesn't mean I don't agree or disagree. I like to talk about areas that I have clinical experience with that I can confidently and comfortably say a spade is a spade. So, I use very specific motion chiropractic adjustments. We have a video x-ray machine. I used to do traditional quote-unquote cracking chiropractic adjustments. I'm not saying I don't ever do manual type of adjustments like that anymore, but we're very specific and we use drop type of work. But we also use films and thermography. Dr. Bob, I just took the digested quiz and you had a score of 39 and you wanted to know what I would recommend. Well, I'm going to be quite frank and honest with you. I'm not going to say anything to you because I don't know anything about you. I don't know if you're thin, if you're tall, you're short, you have red hair, you have spots on your body, do you have bad breath, do you sweat profusely. So, my suggestion to you might be buy my detox book, follow the rules there, and or make a personal consultation. And I'm not trying to be unkind, but I'm not going to give you an answer because you're just a shadow out in the universe. All in love, of course. Are there any special concerns for someone who is over 55 years old and they lost 70 pounds? And I kind of misread this last week, and I had to revisit this because if you lost 70 pounds, I want you to know right now, the structure of your body has changed. Your spinal position has changed. I was showing someone yesterday in my practice how their organs were twisted because of the obesity and the position of their spine. You may have bladder issues, colon issues, your body has been compressed for many years and all of a sudden you take all this weight away, these organs are saying, hey, where do I go? I got all this room. And they're expanding. So you may consider an OptiChem profile, which we do all the time, and have all of your numbers assessed and then sit down and create a plan. I mean, you want to create a plan of wellness, and that's just what we do here in the practice. You may consider visiting us because we have very advanced biocommunication testing, takes electronic signatures of your body. Last question, and that was really good, by the way. How do you deal with a chronic dry cough? Well, this is what I've learned along the way, and you have to listen. I do listen a lot to people and conversations, and I have learned from my experiences dry cough oftentimes could be due to a parasite involvement. And we are seeing an epidemic of people who have parasites. Do you have a cat at home? Do you have sushi? You see what's going on with this whole mosquito thing going on down there in south of the border. I mean, this is serious stuff with viruses and organisms. You may consider a CBC with a differential. You want to look at your eosinophil count, your white blood count. You may consider coming up and seeing us just because that is a serious possibility. You could have adrenal stress, and you don't want them to start doing exploratory surgery because they'll look in your lungs and poke around just to see what's going on. If you don't have a fever, it's a little bit different than if it's just a dry cough. Walking pneumonia is viral, and I'm not saying you have pneumonia, and bacteria and pneumonia usually has a fever. I'm sure that's going to help somebody. I'm Dr. Bob DeMaria.